Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everybody. It's loud. I think my neighbor is having some work done or something like that. So you might hear some tools going on. I think they're doing some remodeling next door. So it might be a little loud, but I'm here. Hey, hey, hey. Oh my God, if this is your first time ever catching me live, you don't know who I am. You're like, who is this girl over here on my screen? I am Atandra Jones, AKA Sister Coach A, AKA Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones. I am a wife, I am a mom, and I am an onboarding and training and development visionary and genius. That is who I am. That is what I do. Hey, Linda, how are you? As you are hopping in, hop on in, say hi, let me know who you are, let me know where you are watching from. Like, share, and comment and share. My words are like all mixed around and stuff like today. So today I have actually recorded, I did a whole video shoot on my iPhone by myself today. I had 3 outfit changes. I changed outfits 3 times. I also changed my earrings three times. Like, I really thought I was doing something. I was over here like setting up tables and like getting myself in different areas and recording different videos and stuff like that for my business. I thought I was really doing something. So I've been doing a lot of talking today. So my words are like, so forgive me. Forgive me. But as you are hopping in, hop in, say hi, let me know who you are, let me know where you are watching from. Like, comment, and share this video, because what I have to share with you today is super, super, super important. Pretty much anytime I go live, whatever I have to share with you is super important, which is the only reason why I ever go live ever. So yeah, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Okay, so if you read the caption of this video, okay, caption of this video says, you do not need empathy to be a leader. So I'm in a few groups and I pay attention to the conversations that are being held, right? So I'm in groups for business owners. I'm in groups for consultants. I do consulting. And so I'm in a lot of different spaces. And so this is one of the questions that was brought up in one of the groups that I'm in. And somebody says, hey, do you need empathy to be a leader? Now, granted, it's one of those groups where there's like a bunch of business owners. So typically when somebody asks a question like that, they really don't want an answer. Really what they're doing is they're trying to like fish for clients and stuff like that. But nonetheless, it's fun to watch the conversations and it's fun to see what people are saying and, you know, that whole kind of thing, right? So I'm watching the comments and all of these people are coming in under the comments like, oh yeah, you need empathy. Like, you've got to have empathy for your staff. You've got to have empathy for your customers. You've got to have empathy for the people on your team. Right? And there's all this like extra emotional, like unnecessary bullshit that's being added to, you know, to what is supposed to be a conversation about business. And so I wanted to share with you what my thoughts are on that question, and really where the truth lies with regard to that question, okay? So the first thing that we have to do is we actually have to start with the definition of empathy. So empathy literally means to share the feelings of another person. Okay, that's what empathy means. So when you are having empathy for another person, it means that you are sharing the feelings. Hey, beautiful Connie, thank you for joining me this evening. It means that you are sharing the feelings of this particular person. Okay, you're sharing the feelings. Thank you, beautiful. Sharing the feelings. Now, help me understand, okay, because maybe I'm missing something, but help me understand how sharing in the feelings of the people I am supposed to be leading is going to help me be a more effective leader, and how that actually helps to bring the vision to fruition. So what do I mean? Let's say I am, I'm a manager in a company, okay? And let's say I am the manager of a sales floor, all right? And on the sales floor, I am responsible for, let's say, 50 employees, okay? And 7 of those employees come in and they are having a bad day, okay? So there was a change in the company. 2 of the people that are part of the 7 know each other, so they've had some conversations, and then they met up in the break room, and then they had conversations with the other people. So now you got 7 people on the floor who were like really upset. They're really having a bad day, okay? Not feeling well, that whole kind of thing. If I am actually sharing in the feelings, meaning sharing the feelings of these people, then that means I am also sharing the feeling of being unhappy. I am also sharing the feeling of feeling disenfranchised. I am also sharing in the feeling of being frustrated. I am also sharing in the feeling of being upset and angry and sad and all of this, that, and the third. That does not help me be an effective leader. And as a matter of fact, empathy is something that will kill your own personal energy, and it will also kill your team. Because if you make it a point to go in sharing the feelings of everyone who you're supposed to be leading, right? You're sharing the feelings of everyone who's on your team, right? Then at what point do you actually stand 2 feet on the ground in your position of leadership and actually lead? I think the part that people miss is that, yes, people are emotional and yet business is not. People are emotional and yet your vision should not be. Okay? So I do want to make this very clear. If you are a person and you are calling yourself a leader and you don't have a vision, then you are not a leader. You are a person who maybe is a manager. You are a person who maybe is a team leader or in a position of team leadership. So you may be in a leadership position. You may be in a position of management. You may have people that you are responsible for. So let's say you're in an MLM and you're building a team. Or you're in a CDM or affiliate marketing and you're building a team. And so these people have clicked on your link, they bought the products, and now you're responsible for these people. So you may be in a position of management or in a position of leadership, That does not necessarily make you a leader. And so understand that people are emotional, business is not. People are emotional. Your vision is not emotional at all. Your vision is literally the expression, is what the divine desires to express through you. And there is no emotion with regard to that. And so if you have a particular group of people that you are responsible for leading, it is of absolutely no value to you, to the people that you are leading, to your company, to your industry, to your organization, for you to have empathy. Now, I know what happens when I say that, right? So it's like, oh my God, she's such a bitch. She's like, I shouldn't care about my employees and I shouldn't care about my team. And oh my God, like what if people are having a bad day? And like, what if their moms got laid off? And what if they're blah, 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 blah. She's just such a bitch, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. I did not say that you could not have compassion. Right? And so this is the part where language, specificity in language becomes very important, because there are so many people who confuse compassion with empathy. I can be compassionate for your situation and maybe have some level of understanding of what you are going through. That does not mean that I have to be empathetic. Does not mean that I have to choose to be empathetic. So I can have compassion for you, which means that I can see you and I can see what's going on, and I can have like a certain level of appreciation for what it is that you're dealing with, right? So if you came in and you had a death in the family and you've had a bad day, absolutely, yeah, we can totally have conversations about maybe you need to take some time off for the day, right? Like maybe you just need to go home for the day and rest, or maybe you need to take a few hours off. So I can have compassion, and there can be a level of understanding and a level of appreciation for what it is that you're going through. But at the point at which I step into your shoes and begin to share in your emotions with you, I am now stepping out of my lane as a leader. I am stepping off of my post as a leader, and I'm bringing myself down to the level of the people that I'm leading. And that is of no value. That is of no value to me. It is of no value to you. It is of no value to the company. It is of no value to the vision. Okay? So no, you don't need empathy to be a leader. So if you don't need empathy to be a leader, then what are the things that you need to be a leader? What is it that really matters? So I actually have 3 specific things. Now granted, there are so many things, so many facets, so many components of what it takes to actually be a real solid leader for your team, for your company, for your organization, even in your family. Okay, but I am going to talk to you about what I believe are the 3 primary components of leadership, the 3 primary things that you should be concerned about as a leader. Okay, Number one, as a leader, you must have vision. You must have a vision. And with that vision, you must understand within yourself why that vision is important to you, why that vision would be important to anyone that you are in a position to lead. How is it of value? How does it support anyone that you are in a position to lead? And how that vision is going to change the world in some capacity. Okay, so you may be a teacher, and your vision is to change the world by the way that you teach by the way that you teach children, right? So maybe you have a new idea of what it means to teach children. So our daughter, she just had a conversation with me yesterday, and it's the second time that we've had this conversation. And she's like, Mom, you know what? I think I want to tutor math. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. What makes you think that you want to tutor math? And she says, well, Mom, I think I've come up with a strategy, a way to be able to tutor kids in math who might be suffering with ADD or ADHD. Right? So that is a vision. So again, with your vision, you've got to understand within yourself how that vision is important to you, what that vision means to you, what that vision is going to mean, and why it's important to the people that you're going to be responsible for leading, as well as how that vision is going to change the world. If you don't have those three components, then you don't really have a vision. You have a thought, you have an idea, you have something that you kind of maybe sort of might want to do, but you don't really have a vision. Okay? So that's the first thing. You must have vision. Number two, you must be able to communicate that vision to the people that you are responsible for leading. You've got to understand how to use the proper language. You've got to understand how to speak the language of the people that you choose to lead, right? Because if you don't speak the language of the people that you say that you're responsible for leading, guess what? You'll speak all day. You can talk all day, right? But nobody's going to hear you. Nobody's going to want to pay attention to you. Nobody's going to want to carry your vision. Like, they might listen to you. They might hear you and say, oh, that's a good idea, right? But they're not going to be inspired to carry your vision. They're not going to be inspired to support you in bringing your vision to fruition. Okay, so you've got to have vision, and then you've got to be able to communicate that vision to the people that you're responsible for leading in a way that inspires them to carry your vision. And then the last thing that you want to have is you've got to have teaching, training, and coaching that gives the people that you are responsible for leading the tools and the strategies and everything that they need to be able to bring that vision into fruition. So you can say that you have a vision, and that's one thing. You can communicate the vision, right? So you can say, this is my vision, and this is how it's going to support you. This is how it's going to support me. This is how it's going to change the world, right? Okay, great. Amazing. So you've got a vision. And so then you understand the people that you're leading, right? And so you know how to speak their language, and so you know how to communicate the vision. Awesome, right? But if you don't have the tools, the training, the coaching, the ability to provide them with the tools that are necessary to coach them to do the job that is necessary to bring your vision to fruition, then your vision is never going to come to pass. Okay, so rather than empathy, rather than this idea that, I've got to be able to share in the emotional experiences of the people that I'm responsible for leading, right? We can cut that piece off, because again, business is not emotional. Your vision is not emotional either. Okay, so let's do a little recap. So the three components, the three things that you need for leadership instead of empathy, right? Because empathy is not really important in this, is number one, you've got to be able to have a vision. You've got to have your vision. Know that your vision is important to you. Know how it's important to the people that you want to carry out your vision, and know how your vision is going to change the world. Okay. Number two, you've got to be able to communicate that vision, speak the language of the people that you are responsible for leading. And then number three, you've got to make sure that you've got the systems in place, the tools to be able to coach and train your team to do the job that's necessary to bring your vision into fruition. Okay? All right. So I hope that was really, really, really helpful. If it was helpful, give me some hearts, give me a like, go ahead and share this video, because I know that there are other leaders, other people who are in position of management, other people who are in positions of leadership that would need this coaching and could definitely benefit from that, okay? So I want to invite you to a couple of things. Number one, I want to invite you to join my group, Train, Coach, Lead. It's a totally free group, and it's a group where I do teachings, I do little mini classes and things of that nature for people who are business owners, people who are leaders, coaches, managers, trainers in all industries, whether it's corporate, whether it's nonprofit, whether it's in the healthcare sector, whether it's in MLM or affiliate marketing. Anyone who is in a position of leadership who desires to learn how to take those skills to the next level so that they can decrease turnover on their team, increase productivity, increase company loyalty, increase company satisfaction, and increase that compliance, right? All of these things are what make your business money, okay? So I want to invite you to join that free group. It's called Train, Coach, Lead. If you want to join that group, I want you to type in hashtag TCL into the group chat, and I will get you a link for you to join us over there in the free group, okay? Number two, I want to invite you to take a look at my free class. It's called How to Speak Boldly and with Confidence. You can watch that free class. I'll send it to you straight to your email if you go to go.wgrnow.com. Go, so that's go.wgrnow.com. Okay? If you go to that website, you'll be able to watch the free class that I have called How to Speak Boldly and with Confidence. So this actually goes back to the second principle that I had here, where I said, okay, great, you can have a vision, but you've got to be able to communicate that vision to the people that you're responsible for leading, okay? So go.wgrnow.com, and that's where you'll be able to find that class on how to speak boldly and with confidence, okay? And then the third thing that I want to invite you to is my Public Speaking for Leaders Masterclass, right? So that first class, How to Speak Boldly and with Confidence, is going to give you a little bit of the how. It's going to give you some of those foundational principles that you're going to need to understand in order to be able to speak the language of the people that you're responsible for leading, okay? The Public Speaking for Leaders Masterclass is where we're going to take things to a completely different level, right? I'm going to give you actionable steps, actionable tools that you will be able to use. You'll be able to take those away as soon as class is done and start implementing those as you are talking to your team, as you are speaking to the people that you are responsible for leading, okay? So that's going to be a 4-hour masterclass where I'm going to do some training on exactly what it means for you to speak as a leader, whether you are speaking on stage or whether you're speaking on meetings to the people that you're responsible for leading, okay? The other part of that is at the end of that masterclass, there's going to be a live Q&A, but there's also going to be some opportunity for live coaching, live training during the masterclass, which means at the end of the masterclass, you're going to have the opportunity, some of you are going to have the opportunity to unmute yourselves and come onto the screen live with me. We're going to go over something that we went through in class, and I'm going to have you implement that. I'm going to have you demonstrate that, and you'll be able to get live coaching on the spot training from me during the masterclass, right? So that's really where the juicy value of that class comes in, is at the end of the class, after the Q&A, when we're doing the live coaching and the live teaching, okay? So you'll get that, all right? And then the last part of that is you're actually going to get a bonus. So you'll get 2 bonuses. So you'll get access to the replay of that class for 7 days after the class, and you will also get Voxer access to me for 7 days after the class, which means that I'll give you some specific times, and what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to come in. If you have questions during those 7 days about speaking, about a meeting that you have coming up, about anything that you have coming up that requires you to speak. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Anything that you have coming up that requires you to speak, you will be able to ask me questions, and you'll be able to get an answer from me within 2 hours. So typically I can respond immediately. It really just depends on what it is that I have going on, but you'll be able to get some of that live on the spot coaching from me within those 2 hours. So all of those things are included in the Public Speaking for Leaders Masterclass, okay? So 3 invitations that I gave you today. Join my Train, Coach, Lead group, okay? That's hashtag TCL. I'll make sure to get you a link to the group. Go into the group, answer all of the questions. We'll go ahead and let you in. The second invitation is to go to go.wgrnow.com and watch my free class called How to Speak Boldly and with Confidence. Okay, so that's the second invitation, totally free. You'll get that class sent straight to your inbox, and you'll even be able to watch it like right there on the screen. Okay. And then the third invitation that I'm going to give you is to my Public Speaking for Leaders Masterclass. So what will happen is after you get done watching the free class that I have, underneath there's going to be a button that says go ahead and sign up for the masterclass. You'll click that button, sign up for the masterclass, and then I will see you next week on that class live, okay? So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you got value out of this. I love you all so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.